Seaside Rock is really meant. Come and join the fun. Ooh, yeah, do the diggity-dig in the rockety-rock. Spin yourselves around, build the brickety-brick, then go knockety-knock and dance on solid ground at the Seaside Rock. Like Seaside Rock from head to toe, you're full of flavour too. Let his name run through your life, Jesus Christ loves you. Ooh, yeah, do the diggity-dig in the rockety-rock. Spin yourselves around, build the brickety-brick, then go knockety-knock and dance on solid ground at the Seaside Rock. Do the diggity-dig in the rockety-rock. Spin yourselves around, build the brickety-brick, then go knockety-knock and dance on solid ground at the Seaside Rock.
Hello, I'm so pleased you've come back to join us. Are you enjoying your time at Seaside Rock? It's a lovely little place, isn't it? Did you enjoy meeting my friends, Heather the Weather and Peter, who used to be called Simon but now called Peter? A little bit confusing for us friends to get used to that new name. But we learnt, didn't we, with Simon, now called Peter, that Jesus loves everybody. And that's such a wonderful thing to know. Now, I've been for a bit of a swim, so I'm just sort of warming up a little bit because it's a bit chilly out there today. And yesterday was so sunny that I got rather burnt, so I thought I probably ought to put some after sun on to just try and stop myself from going very pink and looking like a lobster. And I thought maybe we'd ask Heather what the weather was going to do today, because I'm not quite sure whether I should put a jumper on or whether I should put my swimming costume on again, whether I need my sunglasses and my hat. No idea at all. But I think Heather's asleep outside her beach hut, so I'm going to see if I can just wake her up by throwing the ball at her. Very quiet, because we're going to just see if we can wake her up.
Jenny, was that you? Oh, it's chilly today. I don't know how people go swimming on a day like this. Oh, freezing. Seagulls still around though. Oh dear. Oh, chilly. I think I've had my hot tea today. I forget the water. Oh, that's nice. Lovely. Oh, hi guys. Nice to see you again. Some more people have sent me some jokes today, so I thought I'd just tell you a couple. Be careful when it rains, cats and dogs, because you don't want to step in a poodle. Poodle. Oh, that was a good one. Oh, what is Santa's favourite weather? It's reindeer. And one more for now. Did you hear about the lightning in the news? I don't know if I should tell you. It was so shocking. Electricity shock. Anyway, I'm here actually to tell you what the weather is today. You can see I'm still at my beach hut on the beach, but it is a bit chilly. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some snow today. Oh dear, sorry. There's Peter. We'll just pop back over to Peter because I'm sure he's got much more interesting things. I hope he's warm today because it's pretty chilly. Peter, hello. Hi. Look out for the cold today. Hope you don't get any snowballs.
Thanks. Hey guys, Simon Peter again. Well, I told you about my names last time, didn't I? I also told you about Jesus. He was a very good storyteller. And every time he told a story, I always used to think, what is the hidden meaning? So one time, we went for a walk and we sat on a rock and Jesus started speaking to us. Now, the things that he said weren't very easy, and actually some of them were very difficult. Everyone knows me, Simon Peter, has got a very strong temper. When someone hits me, I hit them back much harder. But Jesus said, If someone hits you, don't hit them back. Love them. And I thought, that is so difficult for someone like me. And then he kept on talking and he said, only let good things come out of your mouth. And I'm always saying bad things. But Jesus said, now you need to change. And that's when he started telling a story. He's told us about a house that was built on sand, like here at the beach, and a house that's built on rock. He said, the man that builds a house on the rock is a wise man, because when the wind comes and the rain comes, the house doesn't fall over, because it's on a rock. But the man that builds his house on the sand is a foolish man, because when the wind comes and the rain comes, the house just washes away. And so I started to think, what's the hidden meaning? And I asked Jesus, what's the hidden meaning? And Jesus said, whoever hears this and obeys me is like the man that built his house on the rock. And whoever hears this and ignores me is like the man that built his house on the sand, like at the beach. So I thought from that day, I want to be like the man who built his house on the rock. Because that man is wise and he follows all of the good things that Jesus tells him to do. I want that to be me. I don't want to be beating people up anymore. I don't want to be saying horrible things. I'm just going to be Simon Peter, the guy who built his house on the rock and follows Jesus. Over to you, Jenny.
Thanks, Peter. So Peter shared another story with us today, didn't he? A story that Jesus had told him about two men who had built a house each. So both men had listened to what Jesus had to say to them, but they didn't both obey him, did they? So they both listened and they both built houses, but one built his house on the sand and one built his house on the rock. And the man who built his house on the rock was the one who was wise, and the one who built his house on the sand, Jesus said, was a foolish man. But how do we know what Jesus is telling us today? Because we're not back where Jesus was living and walking on the earth, are we? We're here in 2020. So we can go to the Bible and we can read in the New Testament the things that Jesus taught and the things that Jesus asked people to do. And then we know how to be wise and how to obey him. And Peter obviously decided that Jesus was worth obeying and he followed him. So maybe over lunch you can chat together about whether you think that was a wise thing for Peter to do, to obey Jesus and to follow him. And maybe later on this week, or maybe today, you'd like to use some of your collective inner toilet roll tubes to make your own little set of houses. Variations like we showed you in the craft activity earlier on, and then you can make your own little village, and maybe you could build some on the sand and some on the rocks, and maybe some of them could fall over, the ones that aren't built on the solid sand, and those that stand on the rock stand firm. So Jesus wants us to listen to what he has to say and to obey him, and to be wise in obeying him and following him. So I'm going to go and play ball. I'll see you later.